Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us all better. Guys, my name is Shurina. I'm a nutritionist, certified health, nutrition, weight loss, fitness coach, helping people to, first and foremost, change and maintain eating and lifestyle habits so you get the health, the fitness, the body that you want, and you also know how to keep it without struggle, without counting calories and macros and hours of cardio, etc., etc., etc. That is pure nonsense, of course. Guys, today we are continuing our conversation about whole foods. Whole foods. So in my online school that I've just started with a few people, in our small group, we are focusing on whole foods this week and also on building environment that supports our goals, at least in our house. Our home should be a safe place where we are at our best and it's easy to be at our best. But more importantly, we do focus on whole foods. And we already talked quite a lot on this podcast about whole foods. And on Monday, we talked about whole foods and how it's important where nutrients come from, not just what nutrients or how many or how much of each nutrient. We talked about this in previous episodes on Monday. Today, I want you to think about another aspect of eating whole foods, what makes it so important to eat whole foods, not powders, like protein powders or different extract or potions or juices or smoothies or meal replacement shakes, etc. You see, guys, we have our digestive system and it actually starts in our mouth. And the way human beings, just like many other animals, well, actually carnivores are not really into chewing that much, but we humans, our digestive system is designed that way that our digestion starts in our mouth. There are actually digestive enzymes released in our mouth starting to digest our food and bringing awareness, nutritional information to our gut, to our brain, right in our mouth. And so when we chew food, whole food, whole food, we can't really swallow it. You take piece of vegetable or fruit or nut or seed. If it's whole, you can't just swallow it. Like you can swallow, let's say, peanut butter, right? In order for you to eat peanuts, you have to chew them. And you have to engage this first stage of digestive process, chewing. When you start eating things like peanut butter, that seemingly, everything is intact. There is like whole peanut in it, just processed. But you don't really need to chew it that much. And it's harder for our body to figure out what's in that substance exactly. How many calories, how much fiber, how much fat, other nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. And so when we start eating less and less whole foods, we get more and more detached from this nutritional information that our body is supposed to be getting in order for our body to send the satiety signals to our gut, to our brain in time and in the right amount about specific foods. Another aspect, guys, if we don't chew our food, we tend to overeat on certain foods and not eat enough of other foods because the faster this flavor burst or the awareness of possible reward in our mouth, the faster it comes to our brain. So for example, when we just inhale something, we just drink something, with a lot of flavor intensity, we just it melts in our mouth. So the faster that information, that excitement travels to our brain, the more we want to eat of this food and not of other foods. And that's how we might end up eating a lot of one thing with specific nutrient or very poor nutrition. Like, for example, your favorite kind of chips, even if they are made out of I don't know, cassava flour, but with a lot of even natural flavors. You start eating that and then you're not eating something else that doesn't have that flavor burst, but has the nutrition that you need. So the more food processed, the less you need to chew it, the more there is flavor, added, or all kinds of like textures and colors that excites your brain. So the more it's happening, the less you have the less development your natural sense of appetite and hunger, the less they are developed. And the harder it's going to be for you to naturally feel when you're full, when you're no longer hungry, when you don't want anymore this specific food, but you might want something else. And that's why a lot of people end up having very screwed eating habits when you just don't feel like eating what you know you need to be eating, but you want to have these exciting foods. And some people say, "Oh, I'm addicted to that." No, you actually addicted to all this rush of dopamine and other pleasurable hormones and neurotransmitters that are happening when you eat highly processed, enhanced, flavorful of unnatural foods. So you're not addicted to the food specifically, you're addicted to that like pleasure hit. That's one thing. And again, the less we chew our food, chewing is also a part of digestion, the less satiated you're going to be with your food. And that's why it's also important to chew slowly. Guys, I completely transformed my eating habits. Like, I literally cannot overeat anymore on anything. Before, I could eat till my stomach would hurt, like things, even healthy things, nuts and seeds or something, or, healthy nut butters or whatever that might be. So the reason why I cannot overeat anymore, and I stop quite early in my eating process, and I don't feel like I need to finish anything. So the reason how it all changed and transformed for me, even though before I used to overeat quite often, it's when I just decided that, okay, from now on, I'm not gonna eat while doing something else, watching TV, working, talking to people, checking my email, checking my social media, reading, anything. When I eat, I'm just gonna eat. And number two, I'm gonna chew my food. I'm gonna chew it to a comfortable level, not like, 40, 50 times. No, I didn't do that. I didn't count anything. But I chew my food appropriately. And so if I feel like what is in my mouth needs to be chewed more, then I chew it more. And once I started doing that, I just cannot make myself overeat. And I literally cannot understand how before I could eat that much food and then feel, almost sick because I ate so much. And it can be, for a lot of people, it's processed foods. For me, at a certain point, it was a lot of healthy foods. So eating slowly, chewing, and not eating extracts, butters or coconut butters, peanut butters, almond butters, but instead eating nuts and seeds as they appear in nature without shells, of course, don't kill yourself, but engaging your chewing, eating undistracted, and eating whole foods, not again juices, smoothies, meal replacement shakes, peanut butters, even bread. It's a highly processed food. So if you're someone who is struggling with your eating habits and eating habits that allow you to reach your health, your body transformation, your fitness goals, if you are struggling, I highly recommend you for a period of time, stick to only whole foods entirely. Meaning, again, no peanut butters, instead eat peanuts, not almond butter, instead eat almonds, no bread, instead eat whole grains as they appear. So eat maybe not wheat, maybe wheat. I don't know, wheat when cooked also, I think is quite delicious. I haven't tried it, but people did. They say it's good. So eat whole rice, beans, lentils, quinoa, there are so many grains these days. Eat things whole, cooked, with, some spices and herbs, not some flavor enhancers. So you again start overeating. So eat only whole foods, eat undistracted. And by undistracted, I literally mean do nothing, take time, chew your food. And then third, chew your food appropriately. Don't be obsessive about it. Don't count 40, 50 or whatever times. Just chew it to a point where it feels nice in your mouth and you're ready to swallow. Don't rush anywhere. If you don't have time to eat, full-size meal, then eat less, but eat it in a way that supports your digestion, your metabolism, your satiety and hunger cues. Eat in that way, and then try to manage your time better so you actually do have time for appropriate meals. That's why personally I love intermittent fasting. I have to eat less meals so I can actually take my time and eat this satisfying meal till I'm full but not overate. And that's it for today, guys. Today, again, to recap, to sum it up, I wanted to bring your attention to the fact that your digestion that will allow you to maintain, to balance your eating habits in a natural way without thinking about it, that will allow you to not overeat on things, but to eat more or less balanced diet naturally. So that digestion that will help you to do all of that, it starts in your mouth. It starts with chewing. And so any food that bypasses it in some way, like be that juice or smoothie or some peanut butter again, or some chip, even though it's made out of some vegetable powder. So anything that bypasses that process of chewing, swallowing, digesting, metabolizing, extracting nutrients, pooping it out, anything that bypasses this first step is going to screw up your habits in one way or the other. And I highly recommend you, if you want to eat a balanced diet easily, in a simple way, then please do chew your food and choose whole foods that do not bypass this first step of digestion. And guys, that's it for today. So if you have any questions about what you heard on this podcast, it's all based on science. And if you need maybe more data, any tips, let me know. Another thing, if you still want to join my online Belly Fat Zero school, where we are rewiring our habits, where we're learning how to eat normally as a human being. We get our assignments like this week, for example. The participants in the group, they are substituting some not so whole foods for whole foods. And then also we are organizing our home environment so it's safe, and it helps us to develop better eating habits instead of sabotaging them, right? So don't keep what you don't want to eat in your house, like step number 1. So those are the things that we are doing in the group. So a lot of fun, and it's going to transform your eating habits, your fitness, your health, a lot of things. So if you still want to join, please let me know via email, angela@createyourself.today, on my Instagram, or on Facebook, or anywhere you find me. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I hope you found a lot of useful information. If you have questions, reach out, share this episode with another friend of yours so they also eat and feel and look better. And till next time, as usual, eat better daily.